Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing a little Southern Utah Thunderbirds Dynasty. We're going to do the Year 2 preview and roster episode here. Hey, I forgot to mention, in that last episode, we did pick up a transfer. Marquez Trigg transferred here from UAB. As you see his numbers from last season, he 74 overall, speed 86, acceleration 96, agility 94, and he has been really good in the practices that I have done, as you see, starting here offensively. But he's going to have to sit out a year, so he will be available in year number 3. So we look at the offense now. That was Easton Peterson that took that screen pass to the house. He had a very good fall camp. Malik Brown also looked good, running back. And he probably, I think Malik Brown will win the starting job. And you see the quarterback here is Kearney. Now, he struggled a little bit in camp throwing the football. He is definitely a good runner, kind of a running back playing quarterback at the moment. He's got a good arm throwing power-wise, but he's not super accurate. He finds Norris there, the big tight end. Should have a good year for us, hopefully. Malik Brown, again, none of our quarterbacks really are very accurate. Or have a lot of awareness at this point. Cantu is a senior. Kearney is a freshman. Hopefully Kearney's accuracy will improve. But as of right now, short passes are about all we can trust our quarterbacks with for the most part, and then hope that our playmakers can make plays after that, at least for our quarterbacks to be consistent anyway. So again, another screen pass to Brown. Working on screen passes out of the shotgun. Here is Cantu now playing quarterback. He threw the ball better in practices, and Cantu earned himself the starting nod, but he's going to be on a short leash because we all know what Cantu did last year. He was not good. So he will have to improve this year to stay in the football games, and it's a possibility that we will see Kearney no matter what in certain situations, maybe running situations, in the first game of the season. And if Cantu slips up, has a hard time with accuracy, then we're definitely going to not hesitate to put Kearney in the game, because he is really not far behind Cantu at this point. You see that was a nice hook up there with our freshman receiver Todd Glover. Peterson again taking the screen pass deep. Peterson, a nice catch there. I don't know how that ball got through on the pass from Cantu. So our offensive line is going to be a big concern this year. There is only one returning offensive lineman. That's the right guard, Nick Neeson. Everybody else is new as a starter or a newcomer. We're starting a freshman at left tackle. That would be Mike Alston. And it is a very, very green bunch up there. And it kind of showed in practices. We didn't have a lot of time. So we're going to look at the depth chart really quick. The two deep. Left tackle is Mike Alston, the freshman. Behind him is a junior, Frank Huerta. The left guard is Taeo Tawanua. And behind him is Gary Williams, the sophomore center, junior college transfer. Sirocco, the center, is a sophomore. Nissen, the right guard, is the only returning starter. Clark at the right tackle overall is 66. Quarterback, we're going to start off with Aaron Cantu with Kearney as his backup. The running backs, fullback Samt with Alphen behind him. Halfbacks Malik Brown and Rayshawn Martin. They will both get carries. And then the receivers, Easton Peterson with CJ Morgan behind him, and the newcomer Todd Glover, the freshman, with Mitch Jessup behind him. So a pretty good receiving core. I think we have some weapons. Glover starting as a freshman is a big plus for us. Now let's go ahead and turn our attention to the defensive side of the football. This is going to be a strength, I believe, this year. A lot of guys improved quite a bit, and we did not lose very much. We lost Tommy Collette, a big hitting safety, and he will be hopefully replaced as far as stopping the run by Miles Killebrew. I know Miles Killebrew was a starter last year. But the defense, really the front seven, are all have a lot of experience for the most part and are going to be the strength of the defense, if not the strength of the entire team. The safety, there's Fogans. He's the one that will be replacing Tommy Collette at the safety position. As you see, JT Anderson will start at a corner along with LaShawn Sims. And JT Anderson played more of a nickelback last season, but he will be the starting corner, and he had a good year last year, so we definitely have faith in JT Anderson at the corner spot. Zach Browning will be the quarterback of the defense at the middle linebacker position. He had a really good year last year. And the defensive line with McFalls in the middle has, pretty good strength. Probably comparable to an average Sunbelt team, I would think. So here's the two deep for the defense. You've got Cowser at the left end. He is 75 overall, a junior. McRae and McFalls, they have a lot of experience, 75 and 70 respectively. Andrew Ide is a 73. He's just a sophomore. We got backups, two of them in the 70s, Jones and Anderson. And then the linebackers, you've got Correa, Browning, and Hawley. They're all pretty experienced players, except for Correa as a sophomore. And then behind them, we don't have a lot of depth. We've got Evans and then Tony Terrell, the freshman that we recruited. The corners, LaShawn Sims and JT Anderson, we talked about them. They should be pretty solid. Martavius Redmond had some big games for us last year, was instrumental in our win over Old Dominion. He's a sophomore backup, probably play a little bit of the nickel. And then you've got Killebrew and Fogans, the strong safeties, with Daly and Bird behind them. As far as the special teams go, we've got Paul Phillips, the punter. He's a freshman. And the kicker, Colton Cook, is very, very good, and he should have a good season. So here's our schedule for year number 2. We've got Abilene Christian and UNLV at home to open things up. Take our first road trip to Ypsilanti, Michigan to take on the Eagles, and then back home for 2 against Troy and New Mexico State. Those will be revenge games for losses from last year on the road, both of those. Then a quick 3-game road trip at Army, at Wyoming, at Louisiana Monroe, before back home against UTEP, then on the road again at Rice and at Stanford, our lone P5 contest of the year, before returning home to take on rival Weber State. So game 1 is against Abilene Christian, coming up here on Mama's Basement, and it should be up fairly shortly within the next week or so, and then from there we'll start doing games fast and furious. And I've done away with the whole preview and post-game recaps. They just did nothing but slow me down last year, and I want to get through these games a lot faster. So I will make all of that be part of the same episode with the games, and hopefully we'll keep it pretty brief, and I've made some graphics and stuff to help with that. So year 2 of Southern Utah Thunderbirds Dynasty is coming up on the basement here, as we hope to keep our job and not get fired and turn this program around.